Unit 3. So with that we have done Unit 2 also. So all important questions are covered. What are they? We have evidence for pentahydroxyaldehyde group, straight chain evidences of glucose molecule, then zwitterion Ruff's degradation and Kiliani-Fisher synthesis, then comes Strecker synthesis, zwitterion and isoelectric point, then Melanic ester synthesis. With that, Unit 2 is done. Let us go to Unit 3, which is physical chemistry, in which we have chemical kinetics. So the most important question in this chapter is factors influencing rate of reaction, how rate of reaction is changed in the presence of different factors. Let us see them. So the factors, first factor is concentration. With the increase in the concentration of reactants, if reactants, then amount of reactants increases, then rate of reaction will increase. Because as there are number of more, if the amount is increased, there is there are more number of reactant molecules. If the number of molecules are increased, collision also increases. So because of that, automatically rate of reaction will increase. Then temperature, with the increase of temperature, rate of the reaction also increases. So temperature will increase the kinetic energy of molecules, and because of that speed, more number of fruitful collisions occur, and that results in increase in the rate of reaction. Then in case of gases, if pressure increases, then rate of reaction increases. So what happens when pressure is increased on a gas in a container, for example, the molecules are brought closer to each other. So because of that, again the collision will increase and naturally the rate of reaction will increase. Then medium, in which medium the substance, the reaction is going on. So this is the case for ionic reactions. So polar solvents, non-polar solvents, that also change the rate of reaction. Then radiation, in the case of photochemical reactions. If the radiation increases, then the rate of photochemical reactions increase. Then catalyst. The catalysts, they lower the activation energy of reactant molecules and thereby increase the rate of reaction. Thus, catalysts also, they increase the rate of reaction. Now, these are the factors that affect the rate of reaction. So, here we have the abbreviation CTP-MRC. C is for concentration, T for temperature, P for pressure in the case of gas, M for medium for ionic reactions, R for radiation for photochemical reactions, then catalyst for any reaction in not radiation and other, right? So these are the factors that influence the rate of reaction, which increase. Naturally, they all increase the rate of reaction. So if you remember the whole answer like this, then convert them into complete sentences, you will write the whole answer properly. So next question, important question, and this is also repeated previously. They have asked the order of reaction definition and rate equation derivation for first order reactions. So first order rate equation derivation with order of reaction definition. So let us see what is the definition first. Order. Order is the sum of the powers in the rate law of a reaction. For example, if rate is written like this. Now there is only one power 1 here, there is nothing else, right? So this power is the order of a reaction. If it is denoted like this, then here 1, we have 2. So that is order of a reaction. Then this order of a reaction can be 0, 1 or sometimes fractional, 1/2, half order, or 3/4 order. It can be like that also. Now this is about the order definition. Then first order. What is first order? That means if the power of concentration power is only 1. That means it depends only on one reactant. The rate of reaction depends only on the concentration of one reactant. And here the rate is directly proportional to the concentration of reactant, and integrated form gives relation between concentration and time. The rate equation shows the relation between concentration and time. So see this derivation steps. What are the steps we have? First one, we have to start with rate law. Rate is proportional to concentration of A, for example any reactant. So here we have to write the differential form, minus dA by dt is equal to Ka. Then after rearranging, we'll get dA by A is equal to minus K dt. Then after integrating with these limits, we'll get the final equation like this. Log A naught by AT is equal to KT by 2.303. Now what is A naught and AT are? A naught is the initial concentration of the reactant, and AT is concentration after some time. That means the products are formed at that time here, right? So this is initial concentration, this is final concentration, right? So initial and final concentration, the fraction log of those the fraction, and then KT by is equal to KT by 2.303. This is the rate equation for a first order reaction. So that is the derivation. So to remember also, you can simply remember like this. First we have to write rate law, then differential form we have to write, then rearrange and integrate within these limits, then we will get this equation. So this is how we derive first order rate equation. So this question is also very important. So you have to practice the derivation. It is around 5 to 10 steps. It's very easy. So you can see the whole answer in the app also. Let us see the next question from Unit 3, Chapter 2, Photochemistry. That is Groth-Draper law and Stark-Einstein's law. This question can be asked like this also. Explain the laws of photochemistry. Or sometimes they may ask any one law for 4 marks. Right? So this concept is very important. Let us see. So first, Groth-Draper law. Here this states that only absorbed light causes reaction. That means a photochemical reaction occurs only by the absorbed light, not just the radiated light. There may be so much of light or photons may attack the reaction vessel or reaction container, but only some amount of light is absorbed by the molecules. So only that absorbed light causes the reaction. So this is Groth-Draper law. Then Stark-Einstein law will tell that one photon can activate one molecule. So this is Groth-Draper law and Stark-Einstein law, simple form. Then abbreviation ALOM. Absorbed light for Groth-Draper law. OM, one molecule, one photon gets activated, is for Stark-Einstein law. Right? Now with this, the elaborated answer you can see in the app also, the whole complete answer. Let us see. The next question is quantum yield and explain the reasons for high quantum yield of H2Cl2 reaction. So what is quantum yield? We have to understand first. Quantum yield is the ratio of molecules reacted by photons absorbed. So it is a fraction which contains the numerator molecules number of molecules reacted by number of photons absorbed by the reaction. That is quantum yield denoted by this symbol phi, right? Then this reaction, especially H2 and Cl2 photochemical combination, is a high quantum yield reaction. Why is it high? Why is the quantum yield of this reaction high? We are going to see. So first here, H2Cl2 reaction is a chain reaction. This occurs as a continuous chain and the mechanism involves free radicals. And here one photon can cause many continuous reactions. So that's why the quantum yield is very high, because it is the ratio of molecules reacted by photons absorbed. So that means here the denominator is very less but the numerator is very high. So that's why the quantum yield of this reaction is extremely high. So here you can remember this as CRM, chain, radical mechanism, and form multiple products. For easy understanding, we can write this reaction like this. First is H2 and Cl2 when they are irradiated with light, in the presence of light. What happens here is any one of the molecule, here the hydrogen molecule is converted to homolytic fission. They form, chlorine radicals are formed first. After formation of chlorine radicals, any one of the radical will attack hydrogen molecule. So this forms HCl and H radical. Again, this H radical will react with another chlorine radical already formed to give HCl. Now this second step will repeat so many times. Then after some time, what happens is any of these radicals, they combine with each other and they form the HCl and stop the reaction, or they also hit the walls of the container they are present in and the reaction stops. So because of single photon absorption, there are many reactions that are going on which are like a chain. One starts, the other also starts. So that's how this reaction has got high quantum yield, right? So remember this abbreviation and you can completely remember the answer. So that is about Unit 3. Till now, Unit 3 we have covered 3 questions. First one is factors influencing rate of reaction, then derivation of first order rate reaction, then Grothes-Draper law, laws of photochemistry, then here quantum yield and photochemical combination of H2 and Cl2. So these are the important questions here.